Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hi, hell,
21 months. I love you.
wow. Wow, thank you so much for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Ah, my throat hurts a little bit today. I don't know why. It started hurting last night and now it still hurts. I don't know what it is. I haven't used my voice that much. So I don't not really sure what it is, but Val, thank you for the 21 months of Prime. I love you. Thank you. I know it from me. I got soaked at work in the cold. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sending you lots of warm hugs through your computer screen. Oh, I messed up. Work has been fun. I love working at a fairground. Yay! That's amazing. Had written an entire I had written an entire like stream notification thing was on Twitter while we were still on ad break. And then when I was gonna copy it to like put it into both Blue Sky and Twitter, I accidentally pressed Control V instead of Control C like an idiot. And I deleted it all. Oh no. What did I write again? I don't remember. There we go. And now press Control C like a smart person. Genuinely a really fun job at the moment. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Man, my tweet didn't pop off. I made a funny tweet, but it hasn't popped off yet. Also, sorry, I got so distracted with the sub and me messing up with the Twitter notification thing that I forgot to say. Hi, hello, welcome, good morning, hi everyone, hi, hello, welcome, good morning. Val, welcome, congrats on first, and Arson, welcome, congrats on third, and I forgot what you want me to call you. Crystal, Crystal, thank you, congrats on third, thank you, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why I said thank you. Thank you for being here, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how my brain works sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if my brain even works. Anyway, coffee. I realized I forgot something as well. Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot. Sunday, congrats on 420th. I didn't even see. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so silly. Oh my god. Also, Sever, hi, welcome. Congrats on 69. Hope everyone's doing well. There we go. There's a rock. My good. Have to forgot to pack up my big old keyboard because I was playing Rivals yesterday. I was like, I have to play Rivals. I need to grind competitive. So I can get to gold. And I didn't get to gold. I played for 3 hours. For like 3 hours. And I was unable to rank up because I'm stupid. Super stupid. And there's only a week left of the season for me to be able to get to gold. Wow. Oh my god, stop doing this! Just because I plug in a second microphone. It's not even a microphone, it's a camera. It just has a microphone plugged in inside of it. Stop switching to that one. You're not supposed to. Stupid model. Yawn. But anyway, hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't actually have that much to yap about. I guess I can just start the stream. Like we can move over here and do a little bit of art today. My throat hurts. And why does the coffee have a hint of nail polish flavor in it? Who put acetone in my fucking coffee? That's not supposed to go there. Anyway, I was gonna share a little bit of lore. I wanted to share a little bit of lore that I was cooking up the other day on Friday. Friday. It was on Friday, I believe. On Friday, I was going to the store, buy a little bit of snacks for the weekend, as I do every week, because I'm a fat ass that likes to eat snacks all day. That was mean, but it's true. Um, but my mind went racing as it usually is, right? I always think about things. My mind is like thinking about things all the time, going into overdrive. And I had the greatest idea ever, maybe, possibly, for like new lore for my VTuber persona. Because I've been trying to change the lore to me to fit the theme of like being a living Dreamcast creature. And one moment, one moment, one moment, one moment. So the redesign, right? Wow, very very cute, very purple, very purple, very purple. That's the important part. Very purple. But I came up with this, right? Um, it came to me in a vision, right? The Dreamcast logo, but like the end of the spiral goes to a little swirl, like a watermelon stem, right? And I call it the Melcast or Melon Cast. We'll see what sounds better. I also wrote it with like Japanese letters. Actually, that doesn't say like Melcast, but in Japanese, it actually says something completely different because the Japanese word for watermelon, suika, ends with like a ka sound, right? And so like it's like a perfect portmanteau of like watermelon and cast, as in Dreamcast. So it's like suicast, or rather suikasuto, because the Dreamcast in Japanese is just called the Dreamcast. They just pronounce it like with Japanese letters instead of English letters. But I thought this was a much more fun wordplay. But that's not it. That's not it. If we turn down the opacity on this goober. Also, hi Mori, welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm just yapping right now. This I shared on the Discord. This idea. It's meant to be like the Dreamcast, like home screen, but like more of like a game select screen instead. This is just a sketch. It looked a lot cooler in my mind. But like essentially, right? There's this part up here, you know, that shows the logo and also like the date and time. And then here are like different games, which doesn't really make sense. You can really only have one game in the console at a time. Sorry, coffee went down wrong. But I guess this fucking memory card can have data from more than one game, if I'm not completely mistaken. But essentially, here are like we'll show like icons of the different games, and then the title will like pop out here when it's selected, and then here will be like a little 3D model of like a chunk of like what the game looks like, and it would like wobble a little bit back and forth, maybe do a little spin, like in the Dreamcast menu screen, where the different like icons like the time and the settings and the memory are all represented with little 3D models that float and flip around. And then like the title of the different games would be here. The reason why I had this idea was I had a genius idea that all that my character and also the orblets were all from, or rather the humanoid versions of the orblets would be from different games, which is why they are color coded suchly. Where this game, which is represented here, very basic, in a very basic way, would be like it's like sort of a mix between like a Sonic game and like Kirby's Air Ride. Also in the back here, I know it's kind of hard to see because I put like a filter of like a CRT screen on there. But I actually did use the background for the like Dreamcast home screen for the for it with a little wave pattern underneath and the sky, and it says Melanade on the side that would like scroll downwards. I mean, would be kind of hard, or maybe not hard, but very time consuming to actually like make an actual like starting screen, because that's what I want to use it for. The idea in my mind is like there's an animation where like you hover over this game for like a few seconds, and then you go to this one and show that for a few seconds, and then you go to this one, and it shows all the games, and it would all have like a little floating island thing, and you know they'd have to have an actual like title logo and like some CD design for it. It would take a lot of designing, and it would take a lot of effort to like animate all of that. It's very ambitious, but I think it would be very cool. Obviously, I would not be able to do this all on my own. I'm not good at designing logos, and I'm not good at working in 3D. How would you even animate this? How would you even animate this? Cuz like it's a 3D environment. It's like a 3D background, and then there are the 3D like floating islands, but then like the border itself and all of these things are like are meant to be 2D, so they would have to be overlaid over an existing animation. And the date and time, that I can just put that in OBS so that you know it's accurate. That would be a fun detail. But I think it's a fun idea, especially since I have an explanation for both the Orblet's existence and the Goopy's existence. And it all hinges on Epsilon's game, because Epsilon's game would essentially be the Chow Garden. And who are the Chows? Who are the quote unquote Chows of said garden? You damn well know who the fuck the Chows in that garden is. But yeah, fun little lore drop for the future. But you know, it's far away from happening. I just wanted to share it because I feel like I was cooking here. Someone cooked here. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I don't know what we'll be drawing today. You guys like Teen Titans? I've been drawing Teen Titans. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I've been drawing the Teen Titans. I wanted to. Yay! Currently working on Cyborg and Raven. She looks like a bird because her name is Raven. Or do I continue on TF2? Ah, think I know how. You make a looping animation for the background, then for the chunks of each game, each separate. But in OBS, you put them together alongside the 2D assets. That could work, but then it would be weird to sync it up, because, like, if I go back again, I'm just gonna. Because the thing is that they would have to be synced up, because this is like when you select each game, like this thing pops out, which would have to be like an animated thing where like it's whoop, and then it says the title, and then the 3D chunk appears, and so it would have to be synced up with like moving from one to another. So I feel like those have to be like connected at least. There's just so many moving parts. Sure, the background can be separate, and like the the borders thing, even the like CRT filter can be like a separate thing overlaid in OBS. But like all of the things that have to move together, I feel have to be one thing. Which I don't think it's impossible to do in like Blender. I'm pretty sure you can have like 2D assets in Blender. I don't know how it works or how to do it, because I don't know how to use Blender, but it should be possible. Unless I'm completely mistaken, because again, I have no idea how to use Blender. Could also put it together in a video editing software. That is also a way to do it. They have to loop it into start the stream, where you start the game and it shows a small loading screen when the stream starts. Hmm. That's another thing I had an idea for. And that's to make scenes transitions, which I don't have because I can't animate with I can't currently animate well. I'm not good at animating, and also with my version of Clip, it doesn't allow me to animate more than 12 frames. Period. 12 frames is all I'm allowed. Not a time limit or anything. It's a frame limit. I can make like a longer thing if it's like has a very low frame rate, but like I'm only allowed to animate something that has 12 whole frames. Which sucks, but the way the cookie crumbles. So for now, my scene transitions are just fade, 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 fade. But I had an idea of like a scene transition from the starting screen would be like you select the game and it like the chunk does a little swirl and then there's like a wavy like transition thing. like some sort of ripple effect comes in to turn the screen black, and then it reverses, and then whoo, back. Right? I think that could look really cool. But I need to have different scene transitions for everything else because that's a very specific one. Plus, I don't know what the other like things would be. Like, what would I do for a BRB screen, for example? My only idea is like a pause screen, like you're pausing the game, and it's like says the game is paused, and then it shows like a little like menu um with like resume settings, um exit game, whatever, and then maybe a little like box in the corner with like with like hints or something. But like instead of putting hints, I put like random little lore facts. You see the vision. Anyway, uh hint, you should get some bitches. That is exactly what I would put, isn't it? Now here's the question though. If I have established like a the lore now that like the character of Melanade and the other characters pre-orb are all characters from video games, I still need to figure out how said video game character became sentient and why the rest of the characters are orbs. Like, how did that all happen? What kind of Sonic.exe type of bullshit happened? I want the like hood to curve down like it usually does for Raven. Like from the front her hood usually looks like this. But like then it'll stop looking like a crow and look more like or it'll stop looking like a raven and look more like a vulture or something else. That eye is bothering me. I need to put it somewhere else. What are Raven's powers? Just like magic in the same way that Scarlet Witch's powers are magic? Is that it? Is she DC's Scarlet Witch? Is that Raven's deal? Sorry, I'm not a DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan. You have to explain it in Marvel words. Ugh. Hi, Miley. Welcome. Thank you for the hydrate. I think I need it. My throat really hurts today. My goodness. Maybe a save selector at the end of the stream. The viewers save their progress and exit the game. How would I visualize that? But then there's also the question of music. Like, sure, when I'm gaming or doing art, I could just play my playlist, but I kind of want to do like what Sunday did. She commissioned someone to make like an original like tune for her stream that she plays on like different waiting screens. Maybe I should do that. Or maybe I don't have you don't even need to commission anyone. Maybe I could try it out myself to make music because I've been wanting to do that. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Hold on, I had an idea for like a fun ending screen. I had an idea for an ending screen. I'm just gonna doodle it like here real quick. Even though this is unrelated to my lore. Because I want to keep it like the way I do it now, that I don't just like go here and say bye bye and then go to an ending screen later. I want to do it like I have it where I'm at the ending screen and it says thank for watching and everything. So I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. What if we take a step what if we take a step back? Like a desk here with like a TV. And under here you can like see like the Dreamcast. Sorry, Meloncast. And then here's some like books or something. I don't know. An action figure or two. Have a controller like sitting here. A poster on the wall that is totally not gonna be my actual poster of David Bowie that I have right behind me. But like on the TV, right? It'll say like thanks for watching up here, and I'm right here like saying my goodbyes and stuff. And then behind there could be like end credits scrolling past with like a little bit of like some fake game screenshots at the sides. And then that's the ending screen, right? That could be fun, but it also implies that I'm still within a computer. And I'm not a real sentient robot that can walk freely. Those fake game screenshots could be fan art slash commissions of your character in silly scenarios. I just sort of thought like get like a totally legitimate copy of like Sonic Adventure or Kirby's Air Ride and then just, you know, mod it with different assets and take screenshots from it. But that's also a fun idea. Because I was already gonna have like the end credits scrolling, like so that anyone who like because it's because the rebrand is gonna be very ambitious. If I do it the way that if I actually go through with the ideas I've explained, I'm gonna need help from a lot of other artists who can do things that I am not able to do. Like, you know, I need someone to do 3D stuff. I need someone to do logo stuff, a bunch of stuff that I'm not good at. I can design everything myself, but I cannot make everything myself. So I just thought I'd put like end credits to like credit everyone who's like help. They've obviously also be credited in my panels, so you know it's easier to find it. But I just think it would be fun to have like the credits and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't really have the funds currently to like commission a bunch of stuff. So that's also part of the reason why it's gonna take a while, because not only is there a lot, not only is it a lot, but also I don't have the money to pay people for all the work I need help with. Also, no one answered me what Raven's powers are. Stretch. Ugh. Also, I don't think I mentioned this yet this stream, but if it wasn't obvious, I'm in a little bit of a twerp mood today. Hence the playlist we're listening to. I don't know. This weekend I was just really in a twerp mood, and so I've been listening to a lot of twerp. I realized that it had been a while since I just sat down and listened to some twerp, and so I was like, let me listen to some twerp. And so I did, and I'm like, hell yeah, I love twerp. It's one of those bands where like I don't, even though they are one of my favorite bands, it's kind of like I go long amounts of time without listening to them, and like in that time where I'm not listening to them, in my mind I just think, oh, it's just twerp. They're just a silly band. It's like, but then I actually listened to them and I realized that their music is actually like genuinely so good. Why am I not listening to them constantly? I even missed like the past couple of like EPs that they released. Like this one, where the only song that I've listened to a lot is Critters. Dark magic, mainly giving her the ability to fly, heal, project energy, manipulate emotions, and cast various spells. So
That's
DC,
so awesome.
DC's
Endearing.
Scarlet
You're
Witch.
best friend. So you're her bestie, aren't you? I love you, friend. Pookie.
Pinkus_games just traded with 12 viewers.
Pinkis, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Let me the shout out. The shout out. Not how you spell shout out. There you go. Have a shout out, Stinky. But hi, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Raiders. Hi. What were you up to? Hi, Cat. Hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome. You see if I have a good stream? No worries. I hope you sleep well. Was doing some eugenics though? Oh, I've heard of that game. Well, I've heard the name. I heard it from a meme. There was a meme where someone had there was a funny video and someone had captioned it like Mugenics 2026. Or was it 2025? Whatever year the game came out, and then it was a funny video of a guy who had bred a bunch of Sprigatitos in Pokemon and given them funny names, and he's just going through all the stupid name, and it's like Baba Grundo, Pee Pee Poo Poo, Stigatito, and it just goes on and on. I found that video so fucking funny. But I hope you had fun. Hope you had a good stream. Also, Raiders, if you have to raid and run, that is completely fine. Make sure you go get some rest, go take care of yourselves. But if you do choose to stay, that is very much appreciated. Thank you. That sounds exactly like the game. Damn, I'm gonna have to check out the game now. I'm gonna have to check out some Mugenic. That's a crazy name, by the way, for a game. Does randomly generate names. My favorite I've seen so far is John Cat. He has 2 legs, and I love him. Awesome. What are you drawing? I'm just doodling like Teen Titans. This is Raven, as you can tell by the bird. Why is she called Raven when she's never associated with birds, as far as I'm aware? I say as a non-DC fan, whose only exposure to Raven is the Teen Titans cartoon, where she is not associated with birds. Does Raven have a real name? Is Raven just her actual name? Because Raven is a name. it's funny that I does the cartoons, does the Teen Titans cartoon, both the original and Teen Titans Go, ever acknowledge that the Teen Titans have names? I'm pretty sure they exclusively refer to them using the hero names. Rachel Roth, I believe. Ah, I see. I was surprised to find out that Beast Boy's name is fucking Garfield. Because of course his name would be Garfield. I think in a single moment, Robin gets referred to as Dick Grayson. I just remember that one episode of Teen Titans Go where they try to be villains for a day, and then they come up with like villain names for each other, and like they come up with like villain identities, and Robin just dresses essentially like Kingpin from Marvel, including like the bald hair, the bald head, and he just has a suit, and he calls himself Dick Gravestone. And then people like me, people like edited it so he just says Dick, and he says like I am Dick. Also, it's so funny that that the very clearly Tim Drake is actually Dick. Think he ever transforms into Garfield? Probably. To eat lasagna. Cyber comes in with like a lasagna. It's like, it's lasagna night! And fucking Beast Boy transforms into a fat cat. Also, Beast Boy's last name is Logan. His name is Garfield Logan, which it's definitely a coincidence, but like it means that he has the most. Let me visualize it for you guys. It means he has the most. This is meant to be Garfield. I'm not good at drawing Garfield. He has the most animal name you could ever have. Because he's Garfield Logan. Again, totally a coincidence, but like I think that's really funny. When did Beast Boy debut? He must have been from like the 80s or 70s. Beast Boy. First appearance. 65? Okay, that's earlier than I expected. That is earlier than expected. I've been sketching on this for like half an hour. I really need to clean up the sketch. I think this is one of the songs that makes me believe that Twerp isn't all they're hyped up to be. this this song is an example of the reason why I go months without listening to them. It's a little bit mid. But they have a lot of songs that are just absolute bangers. I mean, I like the song. It's just a little bit mid. Seriously, Raven's name is Rachel? She does not. Those are not. That is not the vibes. That's not the vibes. those are not the vibes. And trust me, I have a PhD in vibology. I know the vibes. I am. I know vibes. And Rachel is not the vibe. Wrong color. That's clean enough. Clean enough for me to throw some color on there. Now, what color is Raven? I know. Green. I've been really enjoying using the paintbrush tool lately. Just get a really nice texture in it. Even if you just use a single color to like spread it out, you still get a little bit of color variation in there, and I think that's very nice. It's very slight, you can't really see it unless you look close. There's slight color variation. But with Raven, I do want to add some color variation regardless. I do want a little bit of a... almost a little bit of a gradient. Very slight gradient to her cloak. See, that's cool. Man, the cape looks so cute now. I gave it a face. You know what they say about giving things faces. Now it's a guy. Now it's a little guy, and I can't help but imagine that it's sentient. It's like Doctor Strange's cape. By no means was that my intention, but that's just how things panned out, I guess. The rendering actually looks really great. I impressed myself. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but like, yeah, I'm kind of, I'm kind of amazing. Yeah. Raven? Yeah, it is Raven. Rachel, as I've come to learn her name is. A bit confused with the way she was facing at first because the jewels looking like eyes. Yeah, I kind of mess a little bit with the perspective because it's like her head is like a perfect like 90-degree angle. She's looking to the side, but the cloak, the hood is like slightly tilted so you can still see like her face. Just an artistic, thing. Sometimes you gotta I forgot. I need to stop making the Chinese in the eyes part of the line art, because then this happens. Also, I will pet the rock. I think someone redeemed pet the rock earlier and I just forgot. I noticed it, but I think it happened during the raid, so I got a little bit distracted. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Wah, wah, wah. I turn this way. And then where's the blur? It's not that visible. But that's Raven, I think. What's her name again? Rachel Roth. That's the name I expect someone like Raven to have. Now let's do Cyborg. I feel like I made him very wide. I need to make him not as wide. That's a little bit better. I don't know. I feel like my creativity has run dry with Cyborg. I don't really know how to make him interesting. I was able to make Raven look pretty interesting, but I don't know what to do with Cyborg. You think he'd be the easiest to just come up with something to make him interesting, but I guess not. I mean, he's a robot guy. You can do whatever you want. You can do so many things with someone who's just a robot guy, right? There's so many different machines out there. Just take a machine and put it on a man, and you got a cyborg. Not necessarily DC's cyborg. Don't worry about his shoulders later. Just make him look so wide. Hmm. Move him a little to the side. No, let me actually sketch him in this layer instead. See if I can make it look cleaner. Oh, that's a little bit better. Hi, Julian. Welcome. My hands are looking rough. Don't know why. That didn't have the effect that I wanted it to have. Alright, fine. That also didn't have the same vibe. I guess I'll just keep it like this. Now, what to do with his hair? I want to give him hair. But what kind of hair to give him? What hair looks good on Cyborg? Gonna give him headphones. It would look weird if he had one regular ear and one headphone. But like they're part of his body. That makes sense, right? He's a cyborg. I almost said cyborg man, but like cyborg means robot man, so like that would be redundant. Then again, people say surfer dude these days, which based on the original meaning of dude, is technically redundant. You should have a busted. Funny bitch, baby. This big old grin on his face. Give him like cornrows or something. That will look cool. Can have some wires tied into them. You can have little wires in his hair because he's a cyborg. Only on one side of his head though, because the other side is metal. He can't grow hair there. That looks cool, right? That actually looks real cool. Why is he grinning? What's he smiling for? He's just happy to be alive. I've been watching, the reason why I started doodling the Teen Titans, because one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Nikhil Clayton, very good comic YouTuber. Go check him out. He's been doing for like the past like year now. He's been doing like reaction content, watching like superhero cartoons, mostly X-Men, but like a few months ago he started watching Teen Titans, and I've been watching those videos, and I've been like, yo, Teen Titans is actually kind of sick. And I like how a lot of Cyborg's episodes are about him coming to terms with being like with like his existence of being half robot, half man. And I love those. I love it because the conclusion, and this is the thing with a lot of like robot or cyborg stories, is that the conclusion is usually is, you know, being human isn't that bad. It's actually really really good. Which I think is such a nice message, because most we live in such cynical days right now, uh, which is, you know, understandably so. But I like stories that are very much like, yeah, humanity isn't that bad actually. Being human is a wonderful experience, and we should not take it for granted. stuff like that. So he's just happy about being alive and being a guy. This is the sign feature that I feel like I do a lot. Like really puffy collar on a jacket with like this little random like nub on it to imply that it's like a futuristic space jacket. What is your guys' preferred I almost said Star Lord. It's Cyborg. What's your guys' preferred cyborg? Young cyborg on the Teen Titans or old cyborg on the Justice League? Older cyborg, I should say. Because I'm gonna be honest, I really only know Cyborg from Teen Titans, so I can't say much about his older version. I just know that he is one of the like key members of the Justice League. I don't know why they did it that way. That's a choice. Can't say much about anything about the DC really, because I'm not a DC head or whatever you freaks call yourself. I'm sorry, that was mean. You're not freaks for liking DC. DC is really cool. I just, you know, they're like X-Men to me, right? Which is weird to say about an entire like comic book publisher and universe, that they're like a single part of the Marvel universe that like I have in my periphery, but I'm not invested in. All of DC are like X-Men to me. Let's just say I do like them. I'm just not invested like other people are. But props to anyone who is invested in DC. I do like. I've always been a little bit invested in like Green Lantern lore. Wow, the cosmic lover loves the cosmic side of the DC universe. Wow, who would have thought? The Guardians of the Galaxy fan likes the DC equivalent of the Nova Corps. Who could have thought? Drawing Bill like sucks through this. I'm drawing Yuri. Based? I really don't have an eye for symmetry. That looks cool. Stretch. I once again have to ask, what is Cyborg's real name? Also, hi Major Cakes, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Does anyone know what Cyborg's real name is? I mean, Victor? What was his last name? Hold on. Cyborg DC. Victor Stone. Oh my god. That is kind of a that name kind of goes hard. Not gonna lie. That name kind of goes hard. I almost assumed he'd have a really stereotypical name. Victor, the Cyborg DC first appearance. It did debut in the 80s, it seems. I guess Marvel is the only one that gives their black characters such stereotypical names. Like Tyrone Johnson. I love Cloak and Dagger, but like, holy shit, the original Cloak and Dagger miniseries is a little bit rough at times with its I mean, they tried to be progressive for the time, but that time was the 80s, so so it was a little a little yikesy with its representation of Cloak. I mean, the point they were trying to make is that, you know, he isn't a threat to people. People just assume that he is based on the way he looks. But the way they went about it, you know, was a little bit playing into stereotypes that are not great. Anyway, Cyborg, look at him. He looks, he sure looks. Dude, I love twerp so much. The way they talk about the 80s like it's this new, fancy new thing. They're such a period piece, and I love that about them. Maybe they subconsciously inspired me to go with a very, like, early 2000s aesthetic for myself. I feel like I need to sneeze, but it's not happening. Oh my goodness. I hate when this happens. Name again, Victor Stone. Wait, I had to write Cyborg first. Cyborg. That's another funny joke from that Teen Titans Go episode where they decided to be villains. Not just the not just the Robin saying dick, but also fucking when Cyborg introduced his evil alter ego and he was like the Cyborg. I had a the in front of Cyborg because it sounds scarier. It's such a good joke. Teen Titans Go has it's a lot of cringe in there, but it has some hidden gems. There's some jokes in Teen Titans Go that are just comedy gold. I hope that's not a hot take for anyone. Was it Victor Stone or am I forgetting? No, it's Victor Stone. I am remembering right. Victor Stone, but he's made of metal. Isn't Steel a last name? Dog. Imagine if his name was Victor Steel. That would kind of go so much harder. Imagine if he was made of stone, and instead of being called Cyborg, he was called Golem. That would be a cool like time travel episode, right? Go back in time and meet like past versions of themselves. It wouldn't make much sense, but it would be fun. Cyborg already has like a symbol. It's like a square with like a cog in it, and then it's also like shaped like a C, right? Yeah, I'm right. Well, it's one of them. But it's the cool one. Looks more like a flower than a cogwheel. I mean, it's recognizable as Cyborg's like symbol, so it's fine. Anyone who knows Cyborg as a character will realize, oh, it's supposed to be his thing. I want to give him a like a Iron Man ass arc reactor on his chest. Okay, not exactly an arc reactor, but I want to give him like a thing on his chest. I like circles on robots. I like my robots with circles on them, bruh. That was unfunny joke. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Podcast. I'm a phantom racer, justice in a steel machine of death. I'll be right behind you, over and over again. I was born to race. I would die to win. Racer. You'll have that. But I want to rewatch Book of Mormon so bad. That show was fucking awesome. Actually, I should not be doing that. Do that in a separate layer. Man, I love him! Can't believe that, like, when I started, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then he turned out so well. All this colored is black. Get a nice, like, get a nice ocean teal color, shall we? He looks so tasty. I want to eat him. He looks like a popsicle. A little bit, yeah. But let's get a nice gradient on him. And a nice little ocean gradient. Feels like he's usually more light skinned than. That looks more like Cyborg usually look. Oh, he looks tasty. I feel like the vest should be its own color, right? But what color should that be? Lady, lady, where? Lady, lady, where? Lady, lady, girl. A magical world, not just for girls. It's for you and me, but mostly girls. I love this song. I just love the world that it creates. I want to move to Lady World. If only it was a real place. I pray you're in Lady World. Okay, I actually kind of do like the vest being the blue, but like then the blue of the cybernetics doesn't stand out as much. Ah, decisions, decisions. What if it's not a vest? What if it's like that just looks like a vest? Like a water tank to cool down his techie bit? I mean, that's a cool idea, but still want the design to look more visually interesting, and there's a lot of blue. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Doing it like that, that's actually not bad. Also, maybe if no. I think this will work actually if I just make the color the silver color. That actually looks great. I enjoyed that a lot. That looks nice, actually. Wonderful. Okay, I got it a symbol for Raven at least. You have one? Doesn't matter because I know where I can steal one. Who is everyone's favorite out of the main Teen Titans? Who's everyone's favorite? Who's your favorite, guys? Who's your favorite? I don't know if I have a favorite. I'm gonna be completely honest. Starfire? You know what? That's very fair. I do love Starfire. Robin, Raven. Oh my god, so many different answers. No one's saying Beast Boy though. Which is fair. He's a his bum ass. there's Cyborg and Raven done. Now I feel like I want to go back and redo one of these three. Beast Boy's fine. I like how Beast Boy turned out. I feel like he could do his hood a little bit better. It's supposed to look like a dinosaur. If I flip him upside down, you can see it. It's kind of like a crying dinosaur face on it. I just thought that would be cute. Also, Starfire's outfit is a little bit uninspired. And I didn't really know what to do with Robin. I just gave him some feathers on him, make him more bird-like. Also, I hope you appreciate my funny little joke here. I know that if we're talking like the Teen Titans TV show, and the Teen Titans in general, I believe it's usually Dick who's the Robin. But he's in the show he's so Tim Drake coded. And like I don't care. Also now there's a new Teen Titans comic run coming out where it's fucking Jason Todd. Not as Robin, but like Red Hood is the leader. Which like what is Unk doing on the Teen Titans? I guess he's probably like some sort of mentor figure, because if you really think about it, it's kind of weird to have a team made entirely out of teenagers and there's no mentor figure in sight. That's just that's kind of wild to think about. Like at that point, I'd feel safer living in Gotham. Like at least Gotham's hero is a fully functioning mostly functioning adult. I don't want my life to be in the hands on a bunch of children. But now what to do? Now what to do? Water. Actually, I need to go to the bathroom, so I will be I'll be back. What? I'm back. Also, I just remembered. I just remembered. Uh, it's a new week. Not only is there a new week, but it's the end of the current rival season, which means that tomorrow, likely tomorrow, possibly Wednesday, maybe even today, we'll see. We'll see about it. But I assume it's gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna get the trailer. We gotta get the trailer for the new Rivals hero coming the next season. Who's excited? Who is excited? Oh, I'm so happy with how Cyborg turned out. He looks so cool. He looks so fucking cool. I love him. I love him. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I love him. I love the colors. I love the He's so cool. I love Robotman. Better be Black Cat. Gotta know if she's actually gonna be 7 foot tall. Imagine if they do White Fox. That's the first one. Since there's not much time left of the stream, let's discuss some lore because I need a little bit of help. Right? To figure some things out. So like we got 7 foot is crazy. Yeah, it's if it really is true, which does seem like it is, like the wanted poster, they explicitly changed it to say that she is 7 foot tall. Even though people have noticed that they kind of messed it up. And so even though the poster starts at like her shoulders, it says like 2 feet at the bottom, and then it goes up to 7 feet. So it's like if it's accurate, then that means like she's fucking shaped like she's shaped like this. And this is a regular fucking person. Regardless, that's probably because they rushed it because like they realized because the poster of her in the like Times Square map was already there as like a little Easter egg, and then I guess they decided that they were gonna make her a tank, and so they kind of rushed to change it as a little teaser. But that's definitely an interesting choice for fucking Black Cat. She's like so nimble and so like acrobatic. You'd think she would make for a strategist or something because she's like a cat burglar. then again, Rivals breaks the expectations all the time. Your diva tank Black Cat would go hard like she has a mech? That would ruin the point of making her 7 foot. Anyway. I was gonna ask about this because now with the new lore, every character, every orb is a different game. Dive? Ah, sorry, I'm dyslexic. Not really, I just read it wrong. But yeah, that would be cool actually. Dive tank. That would be weird though. Honestly, I'm more excited for to see what the battle pass looks like. I need new cloak and dagger skin. I hope we get a classic cloak and dagger skin. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, um, so game. Each character, each one of the orblets, or I guess the human versions of the orblets, come from a different game. So me, hi, hello, good morning, would come from the purple game or blue game. We'll see. There's some lore about it. I don't. It's hard to tie it in with like details that I've already established in my original lore, which I shared a few weeks ago, probably close to a month ago at this point. But with this new lore, it doesn't really make sense for me to be both blue and purple. Because in the original lore, I was originally blue, but then I became purple because of like some sort of technical upgrade. But that wouldn't make sense anymore unless, I don't know. Anyway, regardless, game. So me, the Melanade character is from this game. Doesn't have a name yet. I just put title as a way to show how it would look like. And like this game is very much inspired by like Sonic Adventure or like Sonic Riders, with a little bit of Kirby's Air Ride thrown in. Very much like Star Garden, if you think about it. That kind of aesthetic. So like very fast paced, like racing or like platforming type of game. That makes sense. And then for like the Epsilon game, it'll be like a mix between like the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. With maybe a little bit of like Animal Crossing features in it. Like imagine something like this. The map is a big plain, right? Just like it is in Animal Crossing. Or like the Chow Garden. You can definitely condense it a little bit so it's more like the Chow Garden. So like there's this big little field, probably has some trees on it. Probably palm trees, just because they look nicer. I mean, they'd be alien, some weird alien trees. And over here is like your little area, essentially. And of course, it'd be surrounded by like a mountain, like cliff, so that you couldn't go anywhere. But like much like in the Chow Garden, there's like have like a pond here, maybe a little bridge, waterfall, and then behind here is like a door where you can like take the chows, because there'll be like chows, or I guess like goops in this case, that you like take care of. And you can like decorate little. They can have their own little like pens where they live in that you can decorate, kind of like in Animal Crossing. On this side, there's like an odd, different entrance thingy. Maybe like a shop area. I don't know. Something like that. Like a mix between the Chow Garden and like Animal Crossing. You see the vision. But those are the only ideas that I have really gotten down. I still need game for. Okay, I had maybe a little bit of an idea for alpha, but I'll get to that. I still need ideas for beta and gamma. And then there's the problem with beta, of course, because in the original lore, there are two of them. The pink one is a different one. There's a red one and there's a pink one. It made sense in the original lore. It won't make sense in the new lore. So I'll have to make a decision on whether I change the pink one to red, change the red one to pink, or just keep both of them and have them be like twin protagonists. And it's just like a weird remnant from the old lore. That I actually don't hate. But I need to figure out what to do with these two. I have one. I kind of have an idea for what I want Gamma's games to be based on, because I want them to be based on like early 2000s, like Y2K aesthetic, games, specifically Dreamcast games for the most part. Even though I have mixed in a little bit of GameCube with Kirby's Air Ride and Animal Crossing. And I kind of want Gamma's game to be based on Jet Set Radio. I just think that would fit. But I don't know how to turn that into like a concept, right? Just because it's inspired by it. I don't know like what the lore would be, what the objective would be, and all that. One of them got to be a Science Papa type game. What? But I did have a bit of an idea for Alpha. As you can see, I've noted it down. And that came from me finding. Hold on, let me move here, so I can show you guys. Let me just turn on display capture. I googled like I just googled Y2K era games. I just googled that to see if I could find anything, and I found this Reddit post of someone on r/Y2K aesthetics who had posted made this post about like Y2K era games with the very cool like Y2K like cyber, not really cyberpunk, but like very cybercore art style. And one of them was this game that caught my eye called Rez from the PlayStation 2 and also Dreamcast because it was released by Sega. Also, it does feature Sonic Adventure here, which is cool. And Space Channel 5. But this caught my eye, and like I'm not gonna show gameplay of it because it might be a little bit like epileptic. It might induce like a little bit of epilepsy, but Res video game, Res PS2. You essentially float around. Okay, I need to move this a little bit so you can see it better. There, you move around in this like cyber world, and you have to like shoot on targets. And I thought that looked really cool. It's very like strange. And I thought that, but like if you combine it with like Space Channel 5 elements and make it like a type of like rhythm game shooter, it would be would work for Alpha pretty cool. But I can't really visualize how I want it to like look, you know, without it just looking exactly like Res. I just think that would look really cool. I mean, this is just gonna end up looking exactly like Res, but like here and then like Alpha right here, you know, white man jump scare. I need to redesign like the human versions of the orblets one of these days. So like I have an idea, but it's hard for me to visualize it. But for these two, I still need an idea. Let me actually note down like jet set radio. But I don't know what other game to like mix it with. With all of them, I seem to have mixed 2 games. So for this one to just be 1 game is kind of weird. But if any of you guys have any ideas, it would be helpful. I guess it would be hard to help since you guys don't really know the character. I have never really taken the time to actually explain the personalities of the orbs of the orblets. But honestly, they don't have that much of personality. To be fair, they don't have very concrete personalities. But at least in the original lore, they were all built for different purposes. With the Epsilon robot being built as like butlers and like assistants and stuff like that. The Alpha boss being like medical and like science robots. The beta robots being like combat and warfare. And then the gamma, the orange bots being like bodyguards, like police, but like not police because ACAB, but like they're protectors, they're keepers of the peace, essentially. And then the Delta bots, the me are like uh explorer bots built to withstand the elements and go chart out the universe. But that's the original lore. Now it's different because I don't even know if in the new lore we're still robots. I mean, I will still be a robot, but the rest of them, I will still be a robot because I'm a sentient fucking Dreamcast. But I don't know about the rest of them. Maybe they can still be a robot. All these games are like in one franchise, and you just play as the robots in like the like roles that they're built for. That could work actually. Because if this is a racing game, and this is like a pet simulator, and this is like rhythm game, because it could be like it can be like the alpha is like exploring some sort of what's it called? I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't find the words. But like it could be like this weird like trippy psychedelic cyber world is just a way to represent like a medical operation, kind of like trauma center, but like a lot more abstract. If you know, because trauma center is a game about being a surgeon, and then you know the gameplay is like performing surgery, but it's this like cool like combat system or whatever. So it can be something like that. And then Gamma being Jet Set Radio could be like instead of skating around and like causing trouble, you skate around and disrupt the trouble. Like go around helping people that need help or stopping people that are being assholes. But like not in a police kind of way, but in a peacekeeper kind of way. Because they're not cops, because ACAB. They're what cops should be. You know what I'm trying to say. Imagine if the Dreamcast gets destroyed, Mel just combusts like an overdramatic Davy Jones. Well, here's the thing. I wonder if in the new lore, like, am I inside the Dreamcast or am I the Dreamcast? Because like, I explicitly designed like this design is explicitly made to have like the features of a Dreamcast inside it. Like here's the, you know, the microphone that's on the controller, and then the chest area just looks like the controller. And then of course there's the all the triangle things. And like there's a controller port right there. You know? So here's the thing, long pause, but I was fully expecting to see Ben Grimm flash on screen. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot to do the funny joke. It's okay. You'll see the thing another day. Regardless, I wonder if in the new lore, like, yes, I'm like a game that gained sentience, but then I used a Dreamcast, a bunch of Dreamcast parts to build a robotic body, right? Right? That makes sense. That in that case, I can still be a robot, but like the in-game lore is not robot. If that makes sense. But this doesn't really look that much like a robot. It just kind of looks like a bug. It's proto-gen logic, you know. It's technically a biological creature, but it's a robot as well. But like it's a It's not like a biological creature enhanced with robotics. It's a robot enhanced uh with biomaterial. What would you call that? That's kind of like a reverse cyborg. What would you call that? Anyway, I would like to know what you guys think of the new lore. If there's, and of course, if there's anything with the things that I need a little bit of help with, I would love some suggestions on what to do. Uh, Also, I did this the other day, and I think it looked really cool. Because I had... Because, like, I just kind of did this. I just kind of did this like I always do. I make some things transparent so that they're not as much in the way. But then I noticed, like, wait, the way my character is peeking through in the background, it gave me the idea that, like, on the, like, game select screen, when it, like, cycles through all the different things, not only does, like, the, like, a little, like, diorama, a little 3D diorama of the game show up, but also whatever character is the main character also has, like, a little, like, show up in the back. They will be standing, like, right here. But maybe I shouldn't do that because, like, that puts a lot of, like, focus on, like, the human versions of the orblets, which is kind of false advertisement because they will still be orbs at the end of the day. It would look really cool, and I would love to do that, but unfortunately, they will be orbs. They will keep being little orbs, and I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Like, they see the human version of Epsilon, and they'll be like, oh, yo, that's so cool. When are we gonna meet that guy? No, you're never gonna meet that guy. This is that guy. This is that guy. You're never gonna meet. Even though Epsilon is kind of a special case because Epsilon is kind of like my, like, I have all of the mascots, but like Epsilon is the main one. You know, it's my TTS pet. Epsilon's gonna keep sitting in the corner and say TTS things. Isn't that right, Epsilon? Hold on, let me try that again. Isn't that right, Epsilon?
Beep boo boo.
It takes them a while. But I need to get, like, an animated PNG for Epsilon and actually, like, tie it to the TTS so that it actually moves when talking. I know there's a way to do that because Nerd does that, and I have to ask him how he did that. I know he had a plugin that he got for OBS, and I tried to figure out how to use it, but I could not figure it out. Anyway, is that enough yapping about my lore? It should be enough yapping because I need to wrap things up. I need to move over here and wrap things up. Anyway. Smells the Dreamcast. How does she feel about the PlayStation 2? That's a good question. PlayStation 2 fucking sucks! Hate that guy. I'll pay someone else to like rebrand into a PS2 themed VTuber just so I can have non-existent beef with them. So we can have made up beef. That would be kind of funny, but it will also be way too much work. I don't think it's worth doing. But anyway, let's always prefer Orb Epsilon unless like human Epsilon looks like Ryan Gosling. I did make one like Epsilon design like way back when I first started streaming. Actually, I think it was a viewer that made up a design for Epsilon, and I just kind of built on that. Was one of my regular viewers. I don't remember who though. They posted in the Discord like a design for human Epsilon, and I thought, hey, this looks cool. It was me, it was not you. This was years ago. I'm sorry, Godvault. You're welcome. Ugh, you silly. You silly you. I got 2 PS2, so if your theoretical rival needs any, don't ask me, these are mine. No, I'm not gonna do the rival thing. It would be funny, but I'm not gonna do it because it's too much work. Too much. Too much. It's too much. Man, was it a good idea to share all this lore on stream? Now it's not gonna be a surprise whenever the rebrand happens. Then again, the rebrand is like not happening anytime soon. Maybe you will all have forgotten by the time it happens. Yo, let's do the fucking Men in Black thing, guys. Guys, if you would please look right here. If you would please look right here. Look right here. Wait, look right here. You don't remember anything. You don't remember. You don't remember anything. They might, but I'm not forgetting. One moment. Look right here. Look right here. Look right here. Look here. Hit the wrong thing. Look here. You're so stupid. What the fuck? Okay, I'll never do a gag like that again. Anyway. And let's start a little raid. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with me today. Hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope to see you all back again tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be playing probably some Marvel Rivals. I'm saying probably, but I'm not really having fun with Rivals right now. Rivals is kind of an op at the moment, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see about it. Regardless, I hope you're looking forward to it tomorrow. If not Rivals, we're gonna play Deadlock. But yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And yeah, remember to eat food, drink water, take care of yourself, take your meds if you have them, if you need them. And yeah, I hope to see you all back again next time. Remember to copy the raid message and say hello to Technically Cute during the raid. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye, Major Cakes. Bye bye, Arsen. Bye bye, Rosa B. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye, Godvault.